They call me a yapper over here. They're like, you yap too much, man. You talk too much. I like talking to people. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Do you like memes as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everybody loves memes.
All right, well, I got some accounting and tax memes for you today. So I'm just going to show them to you, and I want you to rate them 1 through 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Here's the first one.
I wish they did sometimes, you know. Sometimes I give clients like what I wouldn't say the best advice because, you know, I don't want to be biased, but I give them really good advice and they'll go against my wishes. But
Well, how about when they do listen to your advice? Is that the feeling you get?
yeah, I do. And I love it when I give it to them and then the year unfolds exactly as I thought we would and it works. It's the best feeling. 5 out of 5. I knew my accountant was stealing money from me. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, I don't get the stealing from me part, but they like, it's like a big woman, hurrah, I found a mistake that you made. And I'm like, you realize that's not going to change a single dollar on the return, right? It's like very, very minuscule, but yeah, I've had a few clients. We'll give that a 4 out of 5. I mean, that's true. In most of the times people they don't realize that that's exactly how it works. Because if you're just W-2, that's exactly how it works. You're kind of already preset at the beginning of the year. It's just whether you're getting your own money back at that point. The only time it changes is if you have kids or if, you know, you went to school, you're getting those credits back. Maybe you bought a Tesla, now you're getting that credit back. But if you're not getting a credit, that's exactly what it's like. So for relatability purposes, we'll give that a 3.5. If the IRS calls, you're my dependent. I mean, yeah, Robin did rely on him, so.
Do you ever see like people trying to claim dependence when
All
they're like,
the time. Yeah, all the time.
Is that one that people can actually like kind of get away with?
No,
No.
that's the easiest one to get caught with. Yeah, because they you know, you get a lot of money for dependents sometimes. There's the earned income tax credit, which is big. Some people will try to manipulate it. There are accountants that will literally like make fake documents for people. Yeah, that's not trouble you want to find yourself in, because that's serious penalties. That's that I think could land you in jail. So I wouldn't play with that one. You know, just because I love Batman, we'll give that a 5 out of 5. What's the name of that one? Austin Powers, right?
Yeah, it's Dr. Evil.
Yeah, Dr. Evil, yeah. I think that's definitely one of those that if the school doesn't teach it, I'm going to teach it to my daughter, because that's a great skill to have. You know, I didn't really get into the whole tax stuff until like much later on in my life. And now that I know it, I'm like, man, do you know how much money I overpaid in taxes the first couple of years I was working without not knowing what I know now? I haven't watched Austin Powers in so long, so I'd probably give that one a 2 out of 5, just because I haven't seen it in so long. All right, me. I've actually seen that one online. Yeah, that one's really funny. I have a lot of friends that'll TurboTax their stuff, right? And they're just like, hey, so I ended up getting a refund of $7,000. Is that normal? And they'll kind of like walk through everything, and I'm like, no, from what you're telling me, that probably should have been closer to like the 2,000. So I don't know where the extra 5 came from, but hey, like, you're not gonna go to jail if you amend it. So just, you know, long story short, don't commit tax fraud. To me, that's a 5 out of 5.
How about this one?
46% of her cookies. That's a very high tax rate. But yeah, I'm gonna tell my daughter the same thing. Get the cookie jar and I'm gonna give her a certain amount and I'll be like, all right, well, that's mine and that's yours. Why? Just because. That one, will give it a, let's do a 3 out of 5 on that one. Right on. Yeah. I mean, I literally just had to go through that recently. I was trying to tell my wife like about some accounting stuff that I was going through, and she was just like, so wait, what happened here? And I'm like, no, like this happened here and then that happened there. And then let's give that a 4 out of 5 because I can relate to that so heavily. Can we claim the government as a dependent? There's a lot of truth to that. I give that a 4 out of 5 just for the relatability. That's true. 1 hour. Yeah, I hate crypto returns. It sucks. So it gets treated like you would stocks, like on a stock market. Exactly the same. Now that it's been around longer, they're a lot better at keeping track of what you bought for and what you sold for. But there's a lot of older softwares when this first came out that didn't track that. So you had to manually go in and look every single time you bought, how much did you buy it for? And you know, it changes so much because like one day it's worth this and then an hour from now it's worth that. So figuring that out sometimes was impossible. I don't see it too often, so I won't say I can relate to it as much, but when it does happen, it sucks. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Tax return, you mean beer money?
Yeah. I mean, you can use your tax return for anything. Beer is one of those things. I see people mostly use it for cars. That's a common thing. They'll get a used car off of their tax return. At least they used to. Not with today's prices. Yeah. Tell me more about how you do your own taxes. 5 out of 5, because that's so relatable. You know how many people claim to be tax experts just because they can use TurboTax?
How many?
It's a lot of people. You can enter it in there, but part of doing your taxes, right, is if you're doing it right, at least it's coming up with a strategy on how can you improve on it. You're not learning anything from it when you do it that way, because TurboTax doesn't give you tax planning. You're just preparing, or again, entering numbers into the system and letting it do everything for you. But when you actually get with the right tax accountant or any tax preparer that actually cares about you, they'll give you good feedback, useful, valuable feedback. Did I say 5 out of 5?
I think you did say 5 out of 5.
I think I said 5 out of 5 for that
5
one.
out of 5. Really putting your accounting expertise to work here, aren't you?
Yeah. This is exactly what I expected it to be and more.